The Raptors' good play at home continues to be a storyline this year. With the win tonight over the Miami Heat, 119-116, they are now 5-4 at home, and obviously we know their abysmal record on the road. I'm going to say this, guys. I am off the tank. And the reason I say that is because this team, it's pretty evidently, they're too good to actually tank. You look at some of the teams, right? You look at the Wizards. The Raptors are no Wizards. We just played the Pelicans not too long ago. I don't care, banged up or not. They are atrocious. You look at the Jazz, who are 4-15 and obviously on a rebuild. They're awful. You think the Raptors are going to be worse than the Hornets for the entire season? Probably not. And you look at the Philadelphia 76ers, they might turn things around a bit, but the Nets are no good, the Pistons are no good, the damn Trailblazers are no good. You really think this Raptor team, the way they're constructed, and them winning some games here recently, are going to be worse than those teams? It's just really hard for me to believe. And look at the losses they've had. They've all been within 1 or 2 possessions. That can't happen all year. It's bound to change, and you're bound to start winning some games tight, like you did today. Did you have a chance to lose it? Yeah. Were there some plays down the stretch that were not good? Yeah. But they went out there and they won the ball game. They're 6-15 on the year. They're now 4-6 in their last 10. When they couldn't get a win to save their life to start the year, and when they were banged up and not healthy, you're now getting guys back. You get Scotty Barnes back, right? Obviously, still no Quickly, still no Grady Dick, and you're winning games against the Miami Heat. It was an impressive night for the Toronto Raptors. On the offensive floor, RJ Barrett cooked. And let's talk about the first quarter, though, because I really want to talk about that. What did we see? If you go back to my video, the last one on Friday against the Heat, what did I say was a big problem? The first quarter, I think the turnovers were 8-0 in favor of the Raptors had 8 turnovers to their nothing. Somehow you came out of that not completely dead. First quarter, Raptors don't turn the ball over one time. They win the first quarter by 10, 34-24. What happens in the second quarter? They turn the ball over a ton. They lose it by 5, 36-35, and you go into halftime up 5. Now, at one point in the second quarter, though, they were down. It was an ugly start to the second quarter. It looked like they hit a wall, and it was ugly. But they were able to turn things around, close the quarter good, and going into halftime with a 5-point lead. And we're all just inevitably waiting for that collapse, the way we've seen this season. Third quarter, they go out there and they keep things rolling. They win that third quarter by 6, 33-27. RJ cooking like crazy. And you go into the fourth quarter up 11. And at one point they were up. What was their biggest lead? It was 14. And I believe that was in the fourth quarter. You're waiting for them to collapse. And inevitably, it did happen. There were some ugly shots. And I'd love for Scotty, for God's sakes, to just take the bull by the horns and be like, hey, I'm the guy. I'm the guy they continue to say we're building this team around me. So in crunch time, get the ball, make something happen. I saw a play in this game late in the fourth quarter where Jakob Poeltl is out of basically floater and layup range. And Scotty fires in the ball, and Jakob Poeltl's got to take a jump shot with like 3 minutes to go and under a 10-point game. That is the last thing you want to see. You know, and then they're having a tough time defensively. Tyler Hero's making some big buckets. That is the one thing they are missing, though, is who's the guy taking the big shot in the big moment. They don't really have that right now. Scotty loves to defer. I get that. But who's your guy? Who's your Jimmy Butler? Who is your LeBron James? Again, horrible comparison, but I'm just saying the guy on the team. Who's your Kawhi Leonard of 2019? Who, you know what, we need a bucket right now? Give him the ball. Who is that right now? Couldn't tell you. I'd love it for it to be Scotty Barnes, but the way he passes the ball, I just don't know if it can be him. They were able to hang on. Hero had a chance late to tie that game, Missed the three. You got lucky, get the rebound, knock down some free throws. We were able to find a way to win the ball game. But you almost blew it. But you didn't. That is the one really rough thing about this team so far this year, right? They've played good games. They've been in basically just about every single game. But their inability to close games out has been a real issue. And the fact that they were able to do it today, as much as it seemed like they just wanted to give it away, you'll take it. As a positive, you saw Darko's reaction right as the clock expires. He got fired up. After that win, you want to keep seeing things build and grow and develop. That's what you want to see. And before we even touch on the starters, you talk about development. Actually, he did start the game today. Jacoby Walter. We've seen some sparks recently from this kid. Obviously, very young. But 20 years old, out of Baylor. He had some injury problems to start the season. Where am I? Why am I hitting Davion Mitchell? Jacoby Walter. He's a 20-year-old kid. You know, he won't be 21 until the offseason. His offensive game, the confidence is growing. You watch him, I think it was in the second quarter there, where he knocked down 2 threes and then drove down the lane against Jaime Jaquez and then faded, hit the mid-range jumper, and then kind of looks at the bench like, oh, I'm feeling good. And I'm like, okay, Rook, let it work. Now, defensively, he needs some work. Obviously, only played 17 minutes and did have 4 fouls in the game, but there's room to grow. And 12 points, 3 boards, 5 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3-point range in his 17 minutes. A very productive 17 minutes for him. I was really impressed there. RJ Barrett, obviously the player of the game. No other way to talk. No other way of saying it, right? 37, 7, and 5. Shot 15 of 20 from the field. A perfect 4 of 4 from the line. 3 of 4 from 3. Had a block in the game. Was a plus 15 while he was on the floor. Just an outstanding game for RJ Barrett. You know, we talked about the efficiency really dropping off from him, and he's forcing a lot of shots. Today, he was getting the lane to the 10. There was no real block. I mean, obviously, I think they're dead last in blocks per game. You know that's you're not going to get a whole lot down inside the paint. So attack. And he did, and there was no resistance, and he made them pay time in, time out. Great stuff from RJ. Jakob Poeltl, double-double, 17, 11, and 3. Shot 6 of 12, so again, you'd like to see him better than that. But 5 of 8 from the free throw line, you'll take it. 2 steals and a block for Jakob. And Scotty B, in 35 minutes, had the double-double. 1 assist away from back-to-back triple-doubles. 23, 10, and 9 for Scotty Barnes. 9 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from the line, 2 of 5 from 3. Just a very solid night for him. And it's good to see. That's back-to-back good games against the Miami Heat. And you want to see it continue to grow, right? Continue to develop, get the chemistry. We just need to figure out a way to get Emmanuel quickly back in that lineup. But today, he was limited to individual drills, so he is back on the court, playing around a little bit, which is nice to see. And Grady Dick progressing toward return. That was the update today, so that's a good sign as well. You get those 2 guys back, it just lengthens out your lineup so much more. And again, why would this team be at the bottom of the standings? With those 2 guys out, you're still getting wins. So that's just what I wanted to say about that. Bench-wise, you didn't get much, right? Mogbo continues to give you energy. Listen to this stat line. 13 minutes. He had 3 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists in 13 minutes for Jonathan Mogbo. Plus 9 on the floor. Just giving you great minutes. I love what we're seeing from the young fella. Jameson Battle knocked down a 3. Chris Boucher, boy, it felt like he was forcing shots tonight. Was 0 of 4 from 3. Had 8 points and a couple boards. Davion Mitchell, again, when Emmanuel quickly comes back, I don't know how much you're going to see of Davion. And Jamal Shed was at 3 minutes of work, whatever. Who cares? He knocked down a 3, though, didn't he? Never mind. Knocked down 1 shot. That's it. That's all she wrote there. But hey, Raptors are 6 and 15, and their next contest is on Tuesday as they host Pascal Siakam and the Indiana Pacers at 7:30. And I know it's early in the year and all that stuff, but if you're trying to catch a team like the Indiana Pacers, because like I said, I'm off the tank. They're 9 and 12. You're 6 and 15. They're in a playing spot. If you want it, go get them. All right? And you already beat them once this year, so let's see how it goes. All right? So, you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video in the game today because it was entertaining, hit the like button. Do appreciate it. The subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game? For the Toronto Raptors, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys Leafs edition tomorrow as they host Chicago Blackhawks at Scotiabank Arena, 7:30 puck drop there. And as for the Raptors, they're back in action Tuesday. I think we go like every other day. There might be, I don't think either team has a back-to-back in there somewhere. I don't think so. So we may be going every other day with teams playing. And I think Saturday both teams play. So there's that. But otherwise, we got something going every day. And hey, I'm back to wanting this team to win. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you Tuesday night.